Happy Monday morning, everybody. Time for Greatness Circle, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. Okay? We've done a lot of different things with talking about greatness and, with talking about things that we appreciate and things we miss. And we've done the things that we've done. And what I want to do is kind of explain how you can take this a step further in your own house. And moms and dads, I hope that you guys are watching this too, because it gives you ideas and it gives you guys things that are important, because as the longer that we go in this crisis, no other way to put it, the more that we have to worry about the mental health of our kids. And I know that as adults, we can do what we need to do when we need to do it, and that's honestly usually more acceptable. But if kids do what they need to do when they need to do it, sometimes they get in trouble. And we don't always look at that, and we don't always realize that until it's too late and we've already given consequences or taken different things away. And, sometimes kids getting up and walking away, we tell them, don't you walk away from me when I'm talking to you. But then if they were to say what they really had in their mouth at that time, then they'd probably get in a lot more trouble than walking away. So they're actually doing the right thing. So some things that we need to consider when it comes to that. And the longer we go into this, the longer things build up, especially for those that are, forced to not work. My heart goes out to you guys. I know that this is not an easy time. We're fortunate in our house where we both are still working. So if there's things that anybody needs, if there's help that anybody needs, private message me, text me. Most people on here have my number. Let me know somehow, no judgments, and I will do anything I can to get you what you need. And I mean that with 100% certainty in my heart. But what we need to focus on is inner wealth. And people that know me know that Nurtured Heart Approach is a very, very big passion of mine. If those words are completely new to you, then I haven't been a good friend to you, and we need to do some talking. So hopefully that's not the first time that you've heard me talk about that. But inner wealth is the biggest thing that we talk about when it comes to that. Now, when we do our Greatness Circle things in school, that's what that's meant to do, is really bring in that inner wealth with our kids. And one thing that I've used and intended to use more, but obviously I'm not able to do that without the specific interaction, is a book by one of my favorite people in the whole universe, Celeste Easley. If you get a chance to ever meet this woman, she's absolutely amazing. And I'm going to put this on Facebook, and I'm going to tag her so that she hears me say that. I've told her that to her face many times, but I want her to hear it, and I want the entire world to hear how amazing she is. So this is a great book to really use to understand things that we can do with our kids and things that we can do with ourselves and why to build that inner wealth. Because one of the things I hear the most when I talk about the Nurtured Heart Approach, as opposed to many other ways of disciplining, so to speak, is, well, the world's not meant to be like that. The world's not like that. The world's not like... This proves right now, where we're at right now, proves why it's important to have inner wealth. And right now, our country, our households, our bodies, ourselves are going through crisis. And whether it's things that we can control or things that we can't control, doesn't matter right now. But what we need is we need the inner wealth to be able to fight through that. And this is proof of that. So if there's things that you're struggling with, that's okay. If there's struggles that you're having, that's okay. If you need to talk to people, if you need help, that's okay, because those are tools. True inner wealth is seeking out help and knowing that you deserve that help. Okay, a lot of times parents, we think, I got to take care of my kids first. I got to take care of my kids first. Truth, you need to take care of your kids, but you also need to take care of yourself, because one of the most cliche sayings in the world when it comes to this is you can't fill glasses from an empty pitcher, and you can't. I've learned that the hard way, especially in the last, I don't even know how many weeks we've been in this. Okay. I've been at home with 4 kids, teaching with 4 kids while doing remote learning, and it's not easy. Okay. And I'm one of the fortunate ones that still is got it in my head that, okay, I know where my bills are going to be paid. Not everybody has that. And I recognize that. And to those that are still fighting through that, I commend you. And I don't know what it's like. I don't. And again, please let me know if there's ways I can help in that. But one way that I know I can help is take a look at this. Find this. If anybody needs to get some ideas, I only have one copy. So for me to let go of this will be very hard because it's one of my favorites. But we can maybe work something out until you can get a copy of your own. But another person and another thing that I have really leaned in this time is Jon Gordon. For adults, for teachers, for anybody, he is fantastic. This book, Stay Positive, at times when it's not a book that you would sit down and read per se. It's a just a kind of a motivational book. It's got just a bunch of different quotes, and I just like what I do is as I just trust in God. I trust in what I need at that time, and I open it. And it's funny that I literally just did that, and this is the one that came up. It says, in a world where you can buy and invest in a lot of things, the greatest investment you can make is in your soul. And the greatest way to invest in your soul is to love God, love yourself, and love others. Okay? That's what it says right in there. Okay? So, he is an amazing person. I know we've done a lot through our school to utilize Jon Gordon, and so I encourage you. One of the books that I have, and that one I am okay with letting people borrow. In fact, I think I maybe already have let somebody borrow it. It's called The Energy Bus, and it's a matter of who you want on your bus. And right now, even though we got to stay 6 feet apart, we really need people on our bus. And if you look at that book, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But again, the rambling that I'm doing for as far as Greatness Circle, what I want you guys to do is really try to find that inner wealth within yourself and really know that it's okay not to be okay right now. And there's a lot of things, one thing that I was touting before, when this first started happening is that the focus really, with school being done for how long, we don't know where we're at. With school being out, the focus, you didn't see a lot of people on there saying, well, how are my kids going to get their instruction? You didn't see a lot of that. Now, maybe some people were thinking that and just not posting it and thinking it. But the things that were looked at the most are, where are kids going to get food? Where are kids going to get, that love and compassion and things that teachers bring, that schools bring, that their friends bring? I was so touched and so excited that we were realizing that there's more to school than ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. And I still mean that. Unfortunately, a lot of that stuff is being clouded now with political things, and I won't get into that because we're all allowed to think something different and say something different and feel something different. That's the beauty of our country. But I hope that gets remembered. I really do. I hope that it gets remembered that schools are more than that, and that the emotional well-being of our kids is sometimes more important than what we're going to teach them in a classroom. Because if kids aren't emotionally stable and if their inner wealth isn't there, it isn't going to matter how hard we work. It isn't going to matter how hard we teach them and push them and make them read and make them do this and make them do that it isn't going to do anything. It isn't going to sink. So we've got to do what we got to do to take care of our kids' inner wealth. And I'm here to tell you, sometimes kids are going to tell you what they need, and it's not always in words. Sometimes they need a break. Sometimes they need to get up. Kids, they say it. Kids aren't meant to sit for however long. And in schools, they don't. But yet we think, well, we want to get this done. You need to sit down and get this done. You need to sit down and get it. How many times as adults in our jobs do we think, oh, I need to stand up for a minute. I need to walk for a minute. I need to walk away from this for a minute. Do we let our kids do that? Not all the time. So my closing is listen to ourselves, listen to what we need, and listen to what our kids are telling us, even if it isn't in words. listen to what our kids are saying. Listen. Sometimes when we don't always get the answers that we want, we need to look at the questions that we're asking. So, again, as always, let me know if I can help. Let me know if you need anything. Private message me, call me, text me. There's no way that you cannot get a hold of me if you need to. If you see this, then you know how to get a hold of me. There's ways to get a hold of me. So please do. Please let me know how I can help. Love y'all.